and thanks for joining us here at the table today. Joining me for a chat is Shona, Mary Ellen and Fiona. Welcome, ladies. How are you?
Good. You?
Yeah. Good. I'm well. Good to have you guys here. Now, you may remember last week we surprised poor Mary Ellen with a treat. Well, she may not have seen it as a treat. It was a virtual baby. She's often saying here on the show that she doesn't quite understand what we're talking about. She hasn't been through the experience. We thought we'd give you a very small glimpse into the life of a mother with a young child.
Yes.
Now, where is baby Lee?
Baby Lee is currently on the floor.
Where all babies normally are.
Here he is.
Oh, she's even got the form down. The legs thrown over your shoulder.
No, it's been very therapeutic after he turned off, actually, because if you didn't hold him a very specific way while he was turned on, he would scream. But since then, I've been, woohoo!
That's my way of mothering.
Oh, Mary Ellen, look, I think you've been such a good sport. Overall, how did you find the experience? Because this baby cries, wheezes, poos, so it sort of gives you a bit of a good experience, yeah?
Yeah, so it has 4 functions. It cries when it's hungry, it cries when it needs its nappy changed, it cries when it wants burping, and it cries when it's just upset and wants to be held. Right. And overall, fairly normal, a bit simplistic perhaps for a normal baby, but overall I'm going to say it was a frustrating experience.
Why was it frustrating?
It was frustrating because I never realised, and I think this is probably my main insight actually over the 4 days that I had him, it's just always in the back of your mind. And when you have something to look after, you can't do anything just independently anymore. You have to always keep in the back of your mind, wait, if I do this, will the baby cry? Or if I do this, I couldn't go out for a run, I couldn't catch up with my friends.
Welcome to the real world.
Well, it's not that real because you didn't actually get the bonding experience that you normally get with your own baby, bringing them home.
Yeah, and that's the thing, actually. On Saturday at church, there's 2 young mums that have newborns, and just
there you are.
Yeah, I know. There I am with my plastic.
I feel so sorry for you because I felt like we threw you in the deep end.
We did.
The girl didn't even get a look into wifey lifey. Like,
no.
I wish we got to see. I wish we got to see him pop the question at least. He just went straight from solo mum and
pressure boyfriend.
Yeah, no, he couldn't care less.
I was going to say, how did he find this?
Look, he told me to put it in a box and put it, in a room downstairs. I don't think he's ready for kids yet, which is a good sign because, neither am I, and we're not married, and, who knows what will happen. But, what was the question?
You've already got baby brain.
I've already got baby brain.
Oh, this is so good. So what did you find to be the hardest part of it?
Goodness. Actually,
the lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep was difficult, but I would say actually more exhausting was the fact that I always had to think about him. But probably the most difficult thing was having a shower. Showers take I take a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes in the shower.
Wow, those days are long gone.
I like my showers.
How's your water bill?
Yeah, well, but yeah, I couldn't take a shower, and I'd have to kind of get out of the shower, put my towel on, tend to the baby, and then get back in. So that was just. How do you ladies do it? I don't know how.
That's why we discipline. Some of us discipline and, with towels wrapped around us.
Yeah, or sometimes we just don't get a shower.
That's it.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I never understood the whole, some days I just don't get out of my pyjamas. My mum has said that to me. Every mum, I think, has said that to me, and I've never understood it, but now...
Did you palm baby Lee off to anyone during...
Actually, so on Saturday, me and my sister... I would usually palm it off to my sister, it makes sense. But she was painting with me at the front of church for 3 hours, and so my mum...
The fumes couldn't have been good for the baby?
No. My mum had to sit in the front of church, and she got a lot of weird looks from randoms,
Because she is petting a
plastic baby and has to take it, into the cry room every now and then, and I felt so bad for her. So thank you, Mum.
That's so nice.
It is very nice of her.
And Nana Shona got to go on.
Yes.
Friday.
At the Christmas party for work. That was very interesting.
Yeah. I didn't volunteer. So
I don't blame
I've done my time. Oh, look, Mary Ellen, I think you should probably get Sportsmanship Award of the Year.
Thanks.
Because you did such a good job and we sprung it on you. You had no idea it was coming, so well done you.
Thank you.
And you probably wouldn't be doing it anytime soon again, would you now?
No, I think the question on everyone's lips was, has it put me off having children completely? And the first night, I think I would have said, absolutely yes. Like, sleepless night. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning wanting to cry and, bash the baby over the head.
Hold on, you said you did cry.
Actually, I did cry. But the second night and the third night, I think after seeing what a real baby is like in comparison, their big eyes and the way they interact, I will one day have kids. I think I might just wait a little bit longer to have them. So.
Well, it sounds pretty normal to me. I cried in the corner several times and I said I wouldn't have another one after the first, but it went on and had two, so all power to you. Well, look, we're going to move on. Now, there has been an article talking about the privacy of our children, and it is said that trust, not money, makes the business and life world go round. Don't know if you agree with that. But when it comes to trust with your kids, where do you stand? Now, I didn't have a journal growing up, and parenting.com sort of covered this, saying, do you look at your kids' journal? Do you look at their phone? Do you sort of breach that privacy, that trust issue? I didn't have a journal because I'm a talker. It just didn't work for me. But Mary Ellen, did you have a journal growing up?
I did. I remember we used to have book week at school, and they'd always sell this like random junk for the kids at book week, and there was this journal with a lock on it, and I was like, yes, I need this journal with the lock on it. So my mum can't, not that she ever would read it, but yeah, I liked my privacy in keeping a journal. So
you don't know if she ever read it?
I don't think she would have, but
Oh, she's good.
yeah, exactly.
But where do you stand on this, Fiona? Like what? Because you've got the trust issue, but kids are facing so many different things today. Being online adds a whole nother element to it.
Yeah, look, I'd like to think that I don't think I would pry into their personal life. I think it's important to have those boundaries and let your child develop. Like, my babies are still young, so I don't have to worry about that yet. But I hope that we have enough communication in our household growing up that they can be open enough, at least with one of us, be it my husband or I. Probably more so with Brendan, because he's more, you know, he's more good. I'm more like, what? What did you say? Come again? So hopefully, you know, that's what we'll be encouraging. Open communication.
I think the interesting side of this is flip it the other way. If your child finds out that you've read their journal or read their Facebook or whatever, they're not going to trust you again. And so they're not going to come to you when they actually get into something that they need to talk to you.
That's what I want to avoid, especially raising young women.
What about that safety issue, you know? As I said before, kids are online these days. You don't know if they're being bullied or if there's something that's going to trigger some depression or anxiety. Don't you sort of want to know about that so that you can help?
You would know
out of character.
Out of characterness in your children would show you that something's going on, and then you can speak out.
But that's not what I hear in the media. What I hear from some parents is I had no idea it was happening.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good point. I think there's only one situation where I would ever read, particularly a teenager. I think maybe as a 5-year-old, it's not really a big deal. They're not going to remember. But as a teenager, there's only one situation where I would read my child's diary, and that's if they did not talk to me or my husband, and I thought there were suicidal things going on. Then I would consider it. But if it's just, you know, maybe anxiety, I don't think I even would then. It's just when it gets really serious.
And I found too with my boys, I was friends with their friends' parents. So if something was going on, I could say to my friends, the parents, and get into a conversation with them, and 9 times out of 10 they would tell me if something was going on with their children, and you could sort of put 2 and 2 together and come up with 6. Yeah.
Well,
I don't think who's got time. I don't think you should, dedicate yourself to being nosy and prying.
Because you're hovering them.
And I think it's important because when you start looking for something, what are you looking for? You've got to be careful and prepared for what you're going to find out.
Yeah,
when you're in those
communication.
Yeah, it is communication. We had Dr. Anna on a few weeks ago, and he was saying that, you know, try and get other friends, like what you're saying, other friends' parents as mentors with those kids. That's a really important thing. That sort of struck a chord with me going, I need to sort of build that now.
I remember one Sabbath we sat down about 4 or 5 parental group with the kids, and we talked to all of them about alcohol and driving with alcohol and all that sort of stuff. So it was like a big community of parents and kids talking about it, and that was really helpful.
How did the boys take it?
There was lots of open discussion, but they put in and took out, and so did we, and we learned a lot as well.
It wasn't just one-sided.
No.
It was, give and take.
And because it was multifractional with different parents and their different points of view, and it was really helpful.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I think the most important thing, parents, is to make sure that you don't get caught. We're going to move into the kitchen now. There's going to be some Alfredo sauce being cooked up. Take a look.
Hi, my name's Olive, and today this is my mummy, and today we're making Alfredo sauce.
Yes, we are. We're making Alfredo sauce without the heart attack. And we made cheese sauce last time, and it was with potatoes, and this is the same type of thing. So it's boiled potatoes, 2 boiled potatoes, and 1 whole onion. And we've already boiled it just to make it quicker. And all you need is a blender, and I'm going to take this, Olive, so I'm not stretching over you. And I'm going to put the boiled potatoes, boiled onion in the blender, 1 cup of milk. This is what's going to make it creamy, but the milk I use is motherless milk. So any milk you have that doesn't have a mother. Almond, soy, any other milk. This is what's going to make it creamy. And half a cup of cashews or 3/4 of a cup, depending on how thick you want it. Olive's eaten all the cashews, so we probably only have half a cup left. And I use, just to make it Italian herbs. Mixed Italian herbs. It's 2 tablespoons. No, teaspoons actually, teaspoons. If you really like them, put 2 tablespoons, but we don't like them all that much. And I'm just going to put 1 teaspoon. What, you want to put that in there for me? Okay. 1 teaspoon of salt. And maybe some cracked pepper. You're going to help with the cracked. Good work. Thank you for helping me. Okay, so we'll put the blender up here. Do you mind if I reach over? All right, are you ready? Just wait a sec. Don't put it on yet because it'll go everywhere. Oh, okay, now start blending. We might need to add a little bit more water, so just to water it down depending on how thick it's going to be. So let's go. So you could probably hear that it's actually struggling a little bit, which means it might need a little bit more water just to make it runnier. So we'll just add some water. 2. Whoa. Okay, go. You can go. Okay, can you turn it up for us? So I've been blending for just about a minute, and let's look at the consistency. Oh, that's perfect. Do you want to have a taste of that? No, okay, I'll put it in the pasta.
And
So can you see the consistency?
pasta?
Yes, you can.
Oh, no.
So we'll put the pasta bowl here. Okay, ready? So I've just cooked up some gluten-free pasta. You can use any pasta you like. And the Alfredo sauce on top. This sauce is seriously divine and tastes like the real deal. Please, if you try it, can you let us know what you think? Put all your comments on our social media. See you next time.
It's my turn. And it's yummy.
It is yummy.
Looks good. And if you'd like to get some more healthy recipes, Sanitarium are giving away a book, Health and Happiness. It's absolutely free. All you need to do is email us, hello@thetabletv.com, and include your postal address and the name of the recipe book. Or you can call us in Australia. It's 1300 300 389. Or for our New Zealand viewers, you can call us on 0800 694 673. Well, lately, I've been reading a couple of topics over this, actually. The New Daily, in particular, had a question they asked, how often do you shower? Now, the reason I sort of tweaked at this is because I'll have to confess, when I had really young kids, it was not every day. Sorry, ladies, it just wasn't happening for me. But I'm good now, But actually, the Atlantic said that the average Australian showers about 8 times a week, so I'm well below the average. But there's 7 days here, so we're showering a lot. And considering that showers in the home have sort of only been around for the last 70, 80 years, you know, plumbing into the home and that sort of thing, what do you think? We're showering too much? We've overdone it?
Well, interestingly, I watched a TED Talk on this, and they did say that we do shower too much and that it really messes with the bacteria on your skin and that your skin pH levels really are messed up as well. So I actually started showering a little bit less, but I found that Australia apparently is one of the highest showering nations in the world. But I just found it was too hot and you get really sweaty in Australia. The climate doesn't really lend itself well to not showering. So I just ended up continuing what I usually do. I shower about once a day, so.
It's a habit for me. So waking up, showering is the norm. And I think my girls have actually picked up on this habit. In fact, one time, Brendan tried to take them out without showering. They whinged the whole time. They went to go get some milk. They were like, Mum, we haven't showered yet. We need to brush our teeth. Brendan was like, I'm never taking these girls out. I said, we need to get ready. Because it's a habit. It's definitely a habit.
I'm at least once a day, and I used to wash my hair every day as well.
Really?
Yeah, until the hairdresser said to me, oh, no, it's not actually good for your hair. So now I can actually get down to once every 2 days, but by the end of the second day, I'm itching and scratching. My boys shower for at least half an hour twice a day.
Well, that's the thing. They were also
the pre-kid
saying...
life. That is the pre-kid life. Pre-kid life, I would have like half an hour showers, you know, in the bathtub for ages. After kids, I swear it's like 5 minutes, and I get to wash my hair maybe twice a week now, whereas before it was like every second day. Now it's twice a week, but I do shower twice daily. I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
And my girls have picked up.
I don't feel ready to venture out into the day until I've had my shower and my prayer.
It mentally preps you, though. It changes how you feel
does.
about yourself. But the one thing they did say, and you were saying before you had half-hour showers and you were admitting to long ones, it also counts how long that shower is. It shouldn't be
And
too
the
long.
temperature.
And
Temperature.
Yeah, that's what I
I've got
found
eczema.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's probably why I've got eczema.
Oh, interesting.
I can get, I got really sensitive skin, but I've changed the soap, so I'm using more QV natural.
Yeah.
That also came up in the article.
Yeah, not
the
to
types
have
of chemicals
foaming
and
stuff.
soaps that we're putting into onto
Things
our
that
bodies.
you learn later in life.
So how, what do you reckon? The health benefits, they're saying, no, you don't really need to shower unless you actually need to. Like if you haven't had a sweaty day,
Construction,
don't have it. So how often would you reduce your showers based on the health benefits or not?
No.
No? You'd go ahead. Dry skin and all.
Yep.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Wow.
You ladies?
I'm a bit like Shona. I mean, if you were in construction or something, I can understand you'd probably need to take 5 showers or 4 showers. But I mean, even it's something about the mental state of having a shower, keeping fresh, feeling, good about yourself and smelling good.
But like Mary Ellen said, we live in a hot climate. Like
that's
today's
the thing.
going to be into the high 30s.
Yeah.
It's sweaty and smelly at my place with 3 men.
Yeah.
I want them showered
Yeah,
and smelling
exactly.
nice.
And even after a long day with the kids, it's nothing better than going and having a hot shower and then jumping in bed.
Therapeutic.
Yeah, clean sheets,
Yeah.
clean body, we're good to go.
Yeah.
See, I'm a little different. I think for me, I can quite easily face the day without having a shower. I think as long as I don't smell, I'm not going to shower. And I think I just end up, needing a shower by the end of the day. So that's
I reckon
on a fine easy.
I'm pleased you're sitting over there.
I'm going to stick with my disgusting friend here. We'll just shower when we need to. We're going to take you on to a couple of things that might require a shower. We've got exercise with Alicia coming up, but Mandy is also going to show you how to make an oil face wash. Take a look.
Hi, it's Alicia here, resident personal trainer at the Table TV show. Today, we are talking about weight and whether or not women should lift weights or not. So, girls, what do you think?
Definitely all for it.
All for it?
Why shouldn't we? I've got an 11 kilo baby. I'm lifting weights.
Absolutely, that's right. Now, you've probably heard that myth, if I lift weights, I'm going to get bulky. Yeah? Have you come across that? No?
Don't know. I've
Okay.
lift enough weights to
Heard
get
it,
close.
yeah. But do you believe it?
No.
Good. Okay, so I don't even need to go into it. So, look, if you are interested, I've got a blog on my website that talks about, why women should lift weights, and a few of the reasons are you actually are going to burn more fat, interestingly enough. And resistance training helps strengthen your bones, it eases joint pain, and you're actually just going to get stronger and fitter from it. So there's heaps of benefits. So we're just going to run through some basics today, and particularly if you're working out at home. So do any of you work out at home sometimes?
I do.
Yep. So if you don't, obviously if you're at the gym, you can use the weights there, but it's really easy to set yourself up at home with just a simple little kit. I love Kmart and Big W and Target for the basic equipment that you need. So we'll start with the resistance band, and I'm going to get Rach here. If you want to put that under your feet and sort of step on it. Resistance bands are awesome, particularly if you're going to travel. You can just throw it in your bag and then you've got some kind of resistance to work with. So I'll show you how to do an upright row. So palms facing your body, and you're going to lift with your elbows to about chest height, keeping those elbows out. And did you notice as you go back down, there's still that resistance?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is actually one benefit over using your traditional weights, is that you're going to have resistance on the downward move of an exercise as well, which is cool.
Are there different levels of resistance?
There are. So you can get sort of a light, medium or heavy. And if you get a couple, then you can even progress sort of from one to the next as well.
And so what's this doing?
Yeah, so this is going to be working through your shoulders and your upper back, this exercise. Now, if you turn your hands around, you can do some bicep curls here. And that's going to...
You don't even have to pick up a new weight.
Yeah, there you go. So here again, you can get nice tone and muscle in your arms, and obviously if you're lifting kids all the time, you're probably quite in the practice anyway. But yeah, resistance bands are great. Another one you can try is as you take your feet a little bit wider, sort of a bit wider than hips there, and then try to squat as you curl.
Oh. And so how many, should you do repetitions?
Yeah.
How much should we be
I
doing?
would aim for about 15 to 20 reps, and particularly if you can do it. You want about the last 3 to 4 reps to be quite a struggle. So if you've got a weight that is quite light, you could probably do 20. If it's a bit heavier, you might do 10 to 15, and then do 2 to 3 sets of that. Yep. Now I've got some weights here as well, so we'll put the band down. These weights, I think this is an Aldi set that you can get. Now you can basically add weights to any exercise you're doing. So if you're doing your squats or your lunges or your deadlift, the way you can hold them obviously by your sides, and you can do some squats there. Just basically, yeah, show us how it's done, right?
You show me.
No.
No, that's my trick.
Works for you.
And then with these, obviously you can take them up and sort of do your shoulder work as well.
So can you do weight training when you're pregnant or...?
Yeah, so there are a few things after, I think it's the first trimester, you don't want to be lifting anything above your head, but you can still do quite a bit sort of down below. So your squats, so not those ones essentially.
Not the one I'm doing now.
Yeah, but you're not pregnant, so it's okay. So yeah, there's plenty of ways, and the cool thing is I've actually started to throw in some weights exercises in the YouTube workouts. So girls, if you've got some weights at home, jump on board on our YouTube workouts and you'll be able to use them right there with me. See you later.
Right, now you have to bear with me on this one. This sounds really weird and quite counterintuitive, but trust me, stick with me. This is a really awesome DIY that I know you're going to love. So we're actually going to make an oil face wash. Now, it seems a little bit weird to wash your face with oil, but remember, oil dissolves oil. So there are 3 simple oils that I'm going to use for this recipe here. We are going to start off first of all with some castor oil. So castor oil is the emulsifying agent for this. So this is the oil that is going to clean your skin. I'm going to be using a tiny container here, and I'm going to fill it about 1/3 of the way with castor oil. The other 2 oils I'm going to use are really great for moisturizing your skin. The first one I'm going to put in is some sweet almond oil. So I'm going to put in about 1/4 of this. So the last one I'm going to put in to fill it up to the top is grapeseed oil. Now, apart from the castor oil, you can use whatever other oils you have on hand. The only one I recommend avoiding is olive oil because it is quite a thick oil and is not the best at cleaning your skin. It will leave it feeling quite oily. So we're just going to fill up the rest of our container now with some grapeseed oil. Another really great one is either avocado oil or macadamia oil. Avocado is one of my favorites. It has amazing moisturizing properties. Lastly, you always have the option of adding some essential oils. So a couple of really great ones to add is tea tree oil if you struggle with blemishes and breakouts on your skin. The other option is lavender oil, which is the one that I'm going to use. It is calming and it is healing. So let's add about 10 drops of lavender. That's it, a very simple, natural and cheap face wash. Let me know in the comments on our Facebook page at The Table TV Show if you try this and what you think about it. Remember, it's pretty gross and weird to start off with, but stick with it, give it a good go, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, Nicole Johnson wrote for essentialbaby.com and told about how people commented on how clean her house was or how tidy it was when they came over. She admitted what they didn't see was the lunatic she was before they arrived. She also admitted to not actually inviting people over because her house wasn't perfect. She then proactively decided to change this tack in life, and because she felt like she was missing out on part of her kids growing up. Shona, what does your house look like?
Clean and
Really
tidy.
clean and tidy?
Yeah.
And always when you had young kids, was it that way too?
Oh, look, I couldn't say it was 100% clean and tidy
'Cause
all
that's
the
the
time.
battle.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was pretty clean and tidy, yeah.
Yeah, so did you ever, like, are you worried about it being clean? If people come over, do you care
Oh,
if it's
yes.
messy?
And
Yeah,
so does
you
my
do.
husband. Like,
Right.
we had this frantic clean up when people come over.
So you do the lunatic thing too?
Oh, yeah, but
Like
our
that spray
place...
and wipe ad where,
When Mum's
parents
coming home, yeah.
That's totally my house.
But I think too, because Gary's family are very artistic, and so there's mess, and so, you know, that messy mind, messy home. I have the very compact mind, compact home. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the cluttered house, the cluttered mind. Yeah, I'm all over the shop. What about you ladies? How's your house? How's your room?
I like my house to be tidy. It doesn't need to be spotless now that I'm a parent, but I definitely like clean.
You'll have people drop in though and it won't bother you if it's messy?
It's usually all good to go. And the girls actually know how to clean up after themselves, and people actually comment,
Oh, wow.
oh, they're packing their toys. I'm like, yeah, because their mum's a bit of a...
Train them.
Yeah, but that's part of it, isn't it? Is teaching the kids how to clean up after themselves. Yeah.
It is. It's a battle though. I always find it so hard with young kids because that mess is made so quickly and so
It
easily.
is.
You could actually be cleaning your house like 10 times a day.
Yeah. I've been known to vacuum 6-7 times a day and mop maybe.
6-7 times vacuum.
Yes,
6-7
the
times
vacuum
a
is
day.
out, ready to go.
Wow.
And
Wow.
even my husband says, Fiona, too much. Just calm down, too much. I was like, because it does my head in. There's
Yeah.
something about things on the
Yeah.
floor that
Yeah.
do my head in.
I thought
And
I
that's
was
probably
bad.
why when I clean the girls' toys, it's in the bin. It's like,
Yep.
we're out.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lego.
That is
Lego
Lego
they
crops
love
up
Lego, but
everywhere.
Some little cardboard stuff,
Yep.
like little, yeah.
wow. That is so foreign to me. I think my family would be lucky to vacuum once a week. It's terrible. I am a neat freak. I remember my mum told me that when I was about 3 years old, I lined all of my shoes and pairs up the hallway. I've always been a very ordered person, and I remember being about 12 years old and not wanting to invite my friends over because my house was too messy and I couldn't control it because my family's just not, clean in general. So I'm worried I'm going to be a bit like, what was her name again?
Nicole Johnson.
Nicole.
Well, see, I can relate to her because I'm not a tidy person. My husband is, so I really feel sorry for you. Sorry, babe. But yeah, and my kids are probably a little bit more like me, and we're still in the phase of trying to learn to put those things away. But it is a battle. But I used
do
to
it
not
together.
invite people over because I'm like, oh, they can't see my house. And I'm now at the point going, I don't want to make time to even care about that. I would prefer the relationships and the time with my kids, and we still have a pretty messy house.
Do you find that you have double standards there? Like, if you go to someone's house and it's messy, you couldn't care less. But
No,
if they
couldn't
come to
care less.
yours, why is that? I was always baffled my mind. Shown, isn't it?
We're our own harshest critic, I reckon.
Yeah.
You look at yourself, you're like, oh, what's someone else going to think of me? But, too bad, eh?
Because
So
we're
sad.
still back in that cluttered mind, cluttered house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Shona, do you judge others based on their cleanliness?
Moving on.
I think that is a yes.
Well, look, I have heard that there's the, declutter. Psychology Today was saying that people who actually have a tidier home, a cleaner home, actually correlates with a healthier, more active life.
Oh, well, there you go. We're so healthy
so you guys
and
can
active.
justify yourselves to boot.
I guess that's my excuse for not doing exercise because I'm always working out, cleaning up the house. Maybe that's,
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. Look, well, I don't know. What do you do? How's your house looking? I'd love to hear from you. Let us know on social media. You can jump onto our Facebook page and let us know there. Keep the discussion going. You can jump onto our YouTube channel as well and look at all our previous segments. And we're also on Instagram. And I think keep a lookout because Mary Ellen is actually going to be putting some stuff up about her journey with her virtual baby. There's one more thing I've got to share with you. We have a magazine that is free. If you'd like a free copy, write to us, hello@thetabletv.com. It's from us and the ladies this week. We will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.